Hi guys, Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, you guys, I'm here to do another 100 days of collage, and also to introduce my what is this? April printables. Last month, there was a week where the 100 days of collage we did a lot of orange, and so I created a bunch of orange printable, jelly prints and other mark making papers, and people liked it. They said they wanted me to put it into a kit for April. So I'm doing that, and today I'm gonna put this collage together with you. So this collage is not glued down. I just arranged it. So I'll glue it down with you in a second. So let me put all my pieces to the side. Where am I gonna put these? I'll put these here. And I just want to share with you really quickly the printable kit for this month, for April. And if you want this kit, it's in my Etsy shop. There's a clickable link below. And every 5 pages is $2.50. And there's one of them I think there's a couple that only have 1 or 2 pages, and they'll be a little bit cheaper because they don't have as many pages. So let's just go through them really quickly. So this is one here I think is really cool. It's a jelly print, and then I used one of my cool stencils on it. But the base of it is a jelly print. This looks like the same one, but it's not, because this one I wasn't able, because it was a really big sheet that I originally did it on, so I couldn't get Paris on here and I couldn't get Montreal on here. So they're 2 different ones, okay? So here's the next one. And let's just see if I can't come down a little bit and be in frame. Okay. And here is another one. Again, it's another jelly print. And then I use one of my cool stencils over that. This is a jelly print, and then my intuitive writing that I like to do. It looks very Asian-esque. And you can see the color was orange one week, and that's when I created these. And I like to create orange with magenta. It just gives it a really neat look. So there's a little bit of, you can see a little bit of magenta in here. See? Again, another jelly print with a stencil. And this is all done by hand. This is all my intuitive writing by hand. This is another cool one. I love this. Isn't it pretty? So this is a jelly print background with a messy script stencil mask. Love. Another jelly print with a really cool stencil, letter and number stencil. And see all the magenta that I use? Magenta and orange. And I use some yellow too. This again is a jelly print and a DVD I used, and a DVD to make the circles. And then a cross stencil, which I think turns out cool. So you get 2 complete circles and then some halfies. So these are really fun to use. And all of this can be used in collages like I'm going to do today, or backgrounds, mixed media backgrounds. You can use this in card making. You can use them in junk journals. Again, this is another jelly print, and I did my intuitive writing over the jelly print. This is a jelly print, and I did a mask stencil over that. Cool, huh? This is another jelly print, and actually I think I might have used, I think I used sprays on this, spray inks on this, and I used magenta, orange, and yellow, and then a Andy Skinner stencil. Isn't that cool? And then this is another, I think, a jelly print. Again, the whole thing is that cross stencil on top of the jelly print. This is another one of these, but instead of it being black lettering, it's a jelly print, but instead of the lettering being in black, I did it in white. This is another jelly print, and this was originally gold. So you can kind of tell it was gold, but it's not as gold as the original one was. But a jelly print with that gold cross stencil over it. Some more of those circles out of the jelly prints I did, and then I put a DVD or CD on top of it for the circles, and you get some halfies. And then these are my own like collages, like paper doll collages. And so this whole kit came because of people watching me collage with this stuff, and from my lives on Sunday, which I'll talk about my lives on Sunday, Angie's Art Party. And people were like, you should make that orange into a kit. And then also they're like, you should add those ladies that you create, those paper dolls. I go, okay. Because I use these ladies at one week as a focal point. Cool, huh? And then I did this one. This is another one of them. And it's funny because I created these paper doll girls a long time ago. In fact, I have some that I think I have some more that I should make prints of that I created. So you can really see her face. And hey, let me bring this one up close so you can really see her face. Because I really changed their faces. I put all kinds of stuff. I put big blush and gave them really big eyelashes and dots on their face and their lips. I did all kinds of stuff. So now these are Mucha, and Mucha stuff is I always forget that word, public domain, because it's like before 1925, I think's the date. These are way a long time ago. So so you can go ahead and I can put these in my Etsy shop, so you can make printables out of these and use them in your artwork. Aren't they gorgeous? I love it. Oh, love these. So there's that one there. And then that there. Isn't that beautiful? I love. Okay. Oh, I put those right there. Okay, so that's the kit. And everything is a printable. So you you just print them off my Etsy site. And like I said, every 5 pages is like $2.50. So if it's a little bit, if it's not 5 pages, then it's a little bit less. So, and there's a clickable link below for you to go to my Etsy shop. Like I said, every Sunday I have a let me think what I'm trying to say. Every Sunday I have a thing called I go live. It's called Angie's Art Party, and I go live. It's so fun. You guys are totally welcome to come. It's at 2 o'clock Pacific time. And I'm usually doing some type of mixed media, or usually doing a lot of collaging like I'm doing here. And I do a few other different things. And then a lot of people are just crafting art along. Everybody's talking and conversing, and it's a lot of fun. It's like a little party. And Artsy Girl Marilyn came up with Angie's Art Party. I wasn't even calling it that at first. Everyone was like, this is like a party. Everyone's just talking. So it's a lot of fun. And everybody crafts and arts along if they want to. And then I have some giveaways at the end. So it's a lot of fun. Okay, so let me just do a collage for my 100 days of collage. I'm in this thing called 100 days of collage. And so I need to do 2 pages. So I'm gonna do this one, and this one I'm doing off camera. But for today, I'll do this one. And so this is how we're putting these together. I'm just kind of looking to see what I need to lay down first. Yeah, we'll lay this down first. So let me put my readers on and I will get started. And this also gives you a little example of how to use this kit, right? Right. Let me move the book up a little bit so you can see the bottom. Okay. And the ones I'm using right now are actually my originals. My original jelly prints. And the ones I showed you are the prints. So you see how they print out. Well, everybody's printer's different, so they may print out a little bit different. But, I mean, basically the same. Okay. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Darn it. I didn't, okay, there we go. I needed to put a, I'll do it real quick, piece of wax paper in between so that I don't glue the pages together, because if you don't, the pages will get glued together. Also, let me get a baby wipe out. Okay. And a piece of wax paper. That will make sure that we don't glue pages together that we don't want glued together. And let's roll up the sleeves. When they tell you when you're getting busy, roll up your sleeves. Literally, you have to roll up your sleeves. Okay. And I have a little, I have a magazine on the side of me right here. And this is what I use as a magazine. It's a junker magazine or a magazine you don't want anymore, or those freebie magazines. I use it as a glue surface. So, and then that way you keep things nice and clean. So when you're done gluing something down, you don't have that glue mess, right? You just turn the page. So that's really nice. I learned about that a long time ago, and I was like, you know what? That's fabulous. I've been doing it ever since. Even if you're using the glue stick, it's good to have this glue surface, because even with the glue stick, you it gets messy, right? So then you can turn, as soon as you're done, turn the page. So whether you're using a glue stick or using matte medium like I'm doing, either way, it's a good idea. Okay. Okay. And we're going to use a different magazine here. All right. All right. Next thing, what do we want to use? Next, we'll put this in. One second, let me check to see. Do I have overhang? I think I do have overhang. Yeah, let me trim up my overhang, even though I don't really like cutting with my scissors when it's wet. But we have no choice, and we'll just wipe them off with a baby wipe. You guys, I'm going to be out of frame for a second because I got to turn my book so I can cut the overhangs. So, excuse, there we go. Excuse me being out of frame for a second. Let me cut the overhang out. Sometimes you can rip the rest of it, and I was able to rip the rest of it. Okay. And then if you do have to cut with your glue being a little wet, make sure you wipe your scissors off, because if not, it'll be a mess for you, and you'll have glue all over your scissors, and they won't work the same. All right, do I have overhang anywhere else? Nope, that's it. Okay, so let's, I'll get back in frame good here in just a second. I just want to wipe off my scissors right away, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay. All right, let's make sure we're back in frame here so you're seeing everything. Boom. Okay. So we said we're going to put this in here. Perfect. So make a comment below. Let me know if you're doing the 100 days of collage. If you are doing the 100 days of collage, I have a Facebook group called Our Magical Little Place at the clickable link below. And there's people in there that are doing the 100 Days of Collage, and they're posting in my group. And they're also posting in Froyle Art, Froyle. Go to her channel, and then from there you can join her Facebook group. So join her YouTube channel, then you can join her Facebook group. And she was the one, she didn't start this this 100 Days of Collage. It was started on I guess on Instagram, but she decided to restart it up. So a lot of people are posting on her channel too, on her Facebook group. And then she does makes videos every Saturday. She does a lot of jelly printing, and then she takes them and puts them into collages like I'm doing. So I love her. We have a very similar style. I really, really like her. She definitely is one of my friends here on YouTube. Love her. Okay. Then I cut this out. Isn't this cool? This was, you know, just a part of it. I just cut it out, and we're going to put it up here at the top. So everything I'm using you can find in the printable kit. All right, you know, I got to stand up. This was on a larger piece of paper, and I just trimmed it out of it. So you can use things, instead of using a whole sheet, you can tear them. Like these are both torn. This is all these are all torn from an original sheet. You can also just cut out little parts and make them into little elements, like I am right here with this postal thing at the top. Now that's more like a little element, right? And then here, this was a part of a bigger piece, and I just, this is part of a bigger piece, and I just cut it off, and I'm just gonna take it and put a little piece here for a corner piece. Okay, I like doing this, and it matches something else here, so it looks like maybe underneath this got over it, and this is a little piece peekabooing through. That's how I look at it. Just add a little interest. Again, just another little element. There we go. And then, oh, let me get some water. Excuse me. This key is like in a pinky magenta color. You know, I have magenta in here, right? So I'm going to put that key right here. And this is it's a flat key. It's really like a metal, these metal looking stickers that you can get at Dollar Tree. And they're not metal, they're plastic. And let me bring this up a little bit so you can see. They're plastic, but they were very Tim Holtzy. They're made to look like metal and like a little rhinestone, but they're flat on the back, so you can use them in your projects. It's really cool. If you see them at Dollar Tree, pick them up because they're not easy to find. Well, they'll get a bunch in, and then they sell out really quickly, so. Okay, and these are, again, these butterflies, you get them in a big pack. I'll show you the pack so that you can look for them. They're not in the craft section, which you would think they'd be in the craft section. They're in the floral section, which is really weird. Okay, these are orange ones, but this is what the packaging looks like. Okay, and you get a bunch of them. Look how many you get. You get a whole bunch. So I have that what colors it comes in. I just didn't have the top. I just didn't have the packaging here at the top. But see how it comes in a bunch of them? So you get like a ton of them. So if you, those are again, are something else that they don't always carry. So when you see them, pick up more than one. Every time I see them, I pick up 3 or 4 or 5 of them because I use them all the time in my mixed media. And I want to have a nice, you know, stash of them. Now, this is a heavy cardstock, so I'm going to use Eileen's Tacky for this. I would suggest that, or you could hot glue it in too. I've done that. Oh, and then this piece, I should say something about that. This right here, I will do it at a later, you know, when I'm off camera. Hot glue these in because they're not sticky enough to stick to your stuff here. So I would hot glue that in, or hot glue it in. But I'm gonna hot glue it when I get off camera. I don't even have my hot glue heated up, so. But it's sticking right now. Sometimes the stickiness is good enough and it sticks. So, like when I get done, this might stick. So we'll see. I just don't count on it. So, you know. Okay. Isn't this butterfly gorgeous? And it's that magenta color that's with the orange, right? So it totally matches. And I love magenta and orange together. So, and it gives your eye a little bit of a break from the orange, which is why I add the magenta next to the orange, and why I thought this magenta butterfly would be beautiful on here as a little, not little, but a big, huge focal point. Okay, I'm just making sure that we got adhesion here. Everything is down for the count. Okay, another thing I like to do, and let me see if I can put it on here. I like to put bling. What I mean by that is you can buy these diamond wraps, and you can buy flat sheets too. You can buy all kinds of diamond wrap at Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is one of my favorite places for art and craft supplies. Great prices, cool stuff. And I like to do this and take it and go like this down the side. Now I don't know if I should start. No, I'll just go here. It'll cover that E a little bit, but doesn't that look pretty? Okay, you know what? I am gonna have to plug in my hot glue gun. I should have already done it. Sorry guys. I'm going to plug it in right now. It'll only take a couple minutes. We have some other things we can do while it's heating up. All right. Now we got my hot glue gun going. Okay, so I like to glue it on with a little bit of an overhang so I'm not having to match it up perfectly, and then just trim it off at the end. So that one's like 3 rows of like rhinestones or gems, little faux gems. And then this has 2 rows. And there's a lot of other kinds. I've ran out of a lot of the other ones that are a little bit even more fancy. So I want to pick those up. So anytime you see any of it, pick some up and get it in your stash if you want to be able to do things like this. So we're going to glue that down in a second. I can do some other things here. You know what? Let's do some intuitive writing. I'm going to do some intuitive writing right here because I have some space there. And a lot of times I like to use my Asian brush and ink. In fact, you know, I think I will do it because we have time. I have to wait for... You can use a brush pen to do what I'm doing. You can just use a regular marker pen, or you can use a brush pen. Okay, and I was going to use this, but you know what? We have time because we have time. So let me get the brush out that I really like. This is another Asian marker brush, and it has a marker on the end. This is another cool one. You guys can see I am a major pen collector. Pen collector, pencil collector, paintbrush collector. I'm obsessed. Okay. Let me grab the Asian brush that I want to use and the ink. And I'll talk about this for a second. So, You get a pack of 3 of these brushes at Daiso, and it said pointed Asian brushes, and I love these. If you don't get pointed, it won't stay pointed. It will kind of spread out on you, which is made for another type of I think it's Japanese calligraphy. But for what I do, I like the point. So find the ones at Daiso if you see them that are pointed. Also at Daiso they carry this. This is calligraphy liquid ink. You guys, everything's $1.75 at Daiso if you have one. This is a great deal. You get 3 of these, 3 different sizes of these. This whole bottle for $1.75. I really don't like paying $1.75. It used to be $1.50, but everything's gone up. But still a good deal at $1.75 for this big a bottle of ink. You don't ever get a bottle of ink like this in any of the craft stores. On eBay or Instagram or eBay or Amazon, it's like $6 plus shipping. So that is the best deal going on that ink. So I picked up like 3 of them because Daiso doesn't always carry it, and I haven't seen it at all the Daisos I've ever been to. We just got a Daiso here in Las Vegas. So in California, I didn't see that at all the Daisos. So that tells me is that they carry it and it's in and out. So I use it all the time. So I just wanted to stock on it. So let's do some intuitive writing. And how do I intuitive write? What I do is I take a regular letter and distort it. Like, let's do a B. Now you can't tell that was a B, can you? A C, do it backwards. A D, and squiggle out of it. E, do an E backwards, add some lines, bam. So you can start out, so it gives you like a clue to be, there's an F, right? It gives you a clue to be able to start somewhere. And then from there, you can just start distorting it. And it becomes your own intuitive writing. Like here's an L, but I'm going to go backwards with the L. And then put some lines in it. Okay? We'll do a T. And we'll throw a bunch of lines like that. So, it's pretty cool. Okay. And while we still are waiting for my, let me rinse this off. While we're still waiting for the hot glue gun to warm up, I got a few more marks that I want to make. Let me put my ink away before, and I just pour some into like this little jelly jar. I love this little jelly jar. Isn't it fabulous? Love that jelly jar. Pour it into something so that I always have it. I don't work out of that big bottle. I think that's what I'll add on here is I will add on a, I'm going to have to turn this way. So we'll see how this, if I'm staying in frame. Let's see. So I can write right here. Yeah, you can still see. I like to, for a mark making, I like to do algebraic equations as mark making. I've seen it in a picture that I saw at Hobby Lobby of Albert Einstein in the background. I also saw it in one of the videos I do for my mixed fit or Zumba online, and they had algebraic equations going through like just in the air, and I'm like, oh, that would be so cool to put in my background. So I went online and I just printed off a bunch of algebraic equations so I can have like a little cheat sheet of them, right? So I'm going to do that right here. I didn't want to use this pen. Let me see. You know what? We'll use it. Maybe that's a clue that I should use this pen because I picked it up and I didn't mean to. I meant to use one that's a little bit thinner, but you know what? Let's use a thick one. Because I never do. I usually use a thinner marker or pen. But this will make it show up more. To me, an algebraic equation like this, it looks like art. I don't know, in my opinion. Some people are like, I think you're crazy, but I like it. I like it a lot. And even right here, I want to do some messy writing. Now that I do need a pen that's going to be have a little bit finer point on it. So let me see. I can use this one. What is this? I can also use this. Okay. And then I might still use this. Or you know what? Let's use the Asian brush. I got so many pens, you guys, and markers and stuff to use. It's crazy. So what messy writing is just, let's see if you can see where I'm at. No, you can't. Okay, let me see if you guys can see now. I still have my book turned at a weird angle. So let me see. Are you seeing right here? Yeah, you can still see. You can see where I'm at. My finger starts here and then it goes across. So you'll see me doing it. I might be out of frame for a second, but I'll be back in. Messy writing is just writing really fast and really messy. Not so anybody can read it, but it just looks really cool as a mark making tool. Okay, so see, nobody can really read what you're writing. And especially if you have like a message or something you need to get out, you can do a messy writing of it in your art. I think that's kind of cool. Nobody knows what it says but you, right? Oh, you can just do words like love, peace, hope, and then period. And nobody knows what you're doing. And I just use kind of a finer pen. Permanent ink marker pen. Alright, don't need my book like this any longer. See if I'm going to do any more algebraic equations anywhere. I don't think I am. I'm going to turn my book back so I'm in frame again. Okay. Okay, am I in frame? Yeah. Okay, and the other thing is, remember I told you about my brush pen. I got this at Hobby Lobby last year when they had the 75% off like they do right now in the fine art section. So this is a brush pen that I could actually have done the intuitive writing with also. Or I could have used this brush pen by Jane Davenport. Either one, or any one you have. And anyway, I like to do like little crosses in my work and just do them in little bundles of 3 as marks. So that's what I'm going to do. And I like to use a brush pen to do it. You can use any marker. You don't have to use a brush pen. You can use any color. So that's making some more marks there. And okay, now let's see if my hot glue gun is, I'll my pen's up here. I'm so pen crazy. Let me see if my hot glue gun is heated now. And let me see if I need to, yeah, I need to glue down the key. So let's put some hot glue on the key and get this glued down. And it's the best way. Also, sometimes I use feathers, feathers that I paint, or natural. It's a natural feather and I paint them, or you can use it in your natural state. But if you're going to put a feather in your work, I would hot glue that down to it. Lays it nice and flat. Let me get this over here. Okay, so now we need to put our, oh, you know what? Remember I was going to put the rhinestones in over here? But then I just, put the messy writing in. So maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do the one that has only 2 rows, because then I won't be covering up my messy writing so much. That'll look good. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So this one has a backing on the back. So let me just get that off. And we'll measure this up a little bit. Okay. Okay, let me trim that off. Okay. Here's somebody outside my window. I don't know who it is. Anyway. They're not knocking at my door, so I don't know what's going on outside. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right there. And I like to leave a little bit of an overhang, and then that way it gives you like a little handle to glue this stuff down, and you don't have to try to get completely even. And it gives you a little lip. That's what I'm trying to say. And then I like to use, oh, I'm missing hot glue. I like to use like a little spatula like this, so I'm not getting my hands in it, and I'm not burning myself. That's an ugly red one. I just picked up a bunch of pretty pink and pastel ones from Dollar Tree. They're smaller and they have little bunnies on them. I just have to haul them in a haul video, so I haven't put them in my studio yet. So you'll be seeing those. But if you find the ugly red one at Hobby Lobby, no big deal. Not that it's ugly. I'm just saying, a pretty pastel pink one and robin's egg blue, I like those ones better. Okay. And this diamond wrap trim you get in the craft section at Dollar Tree. Is at least where I got it. And then let's trim off the excess. And trim off the excess here. And if you don't line it up and you have to actually cut through the diamond part of the wrap, usually you can do it with regular scissors, but if you can't, your Tim Holtz scissors cuts through anything. So I love having Tim Holtz scissors. But I lined it up so I could cut right through it easily. You know, I just want to check something out. Come here. I wonder if I should put that here. Oh, look how pretty that looks. We're doing it. We are doing it, people. We are doing it. Right when you think you're done, you come up with another idea. Okay. But we are almost done. I like to put the glue right down and then put my stuff on top. I find burning myself a lot less chance of burning myself. Okay, I gotta stand up to make sure that I am right on top of this, so I'm getting things kind of even. Okay. Not that you can tell, but that I had to stand up, but I told you. Okay. See, if I'm right on top of it, I can see that I'm going crooked right there. I wonder if I should just go, no, I wonder if I should go across. Let me see how I can cut it. How successful I can be at cutting it at the right little bit. It's gonna have to be a little bit anyway. Okay. Okay. Pretty. Let me wrap this back up. Excuse me, my throat. And then the last thing we're going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of edging with my black water-soluble crayon. It's a Faber-Castell. You can use a Stabilo. You can use you can use a watercolor pencil. You can use a oh shoot, that was kind of a lot right there. I don't know why it's going to go up so much. See how kind of far I went there? Whatever. You know what I'm going to use? Let me get my Faber-Castell out, or my oh, I can't think of the name of everything sometimes. I'm going to read it right now. My Stabilo. Or you can use just a black watercolor pencil. It's basically like a Stabilo. But you can also use a oh, what the hell is the name of it? Oil pastel. And if you use the oil pastel, you don't have to wet it to smear it. You just use the heat of your finger. I see a lot of white right here, so that's why I'm using this here. It'll cover up that white and make it look more finished. And that's what putting a little black shadow around here does. It makes it look finished. Now you can wet your finger, or you can use a water brush and do your smearing that way. Your smudging, smearing. They used to have these at Dollar Tree. I haven't seen them for a while. If you, again, I say this all the time about it, all the time. If you do see these brushes, I think 2 come in a pack. Pick up as much as you want because they don't have them all the time. I actually only seen them bring them out once, and they lasted for a couple of months, and then they were gone. So, you know me and my stocking when it comes to my art supplies or my craft supplies. I stock. Because especially Dollar Tree, you can't count on them to have it a month from now. Even a couple of days sometimes with some of the stuff. So when you see it and you like it, stock up. If it's your thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my thing. I love mixed media. I love doing art. So these are my main things I like to do. So I have to have my tools, right? So that looks good. I think we're done. So I hope you guys like it. I hope you've been inspired to do some collaging. I have a lot of videos on jelly printing. In fact, I have a video. It was a Saturday, it was a live on a Sunday, Angie's Art Party, where I did a bunch of jelly prints with these orange, magenta, and yellow colors. So you can even go there and learn how to make these papers on the jelly plate. If you like the printables, you can go to my Etsy shop. There's a clickable link below. Come join us on Sunday for Angie's Art Party, live at 2 o'clock Pacific time. Like I said, it's just a fun time. Everybody comes there. Everyone's talkative. Everyone's super friendly. People art along or craft along, and then we have a giveaway at the end. So it's just a lot of fun. It's a fun 2 hours. If you can't come for 2 hours, come for an hour, or 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you can do. Okay, you guys, that is it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, also, I have a group, Facebook group. Come join that. It's called Our Magical Little Place, and there's a clickable link below. So if you're doing this collaging, or you do any art or crafting or knitting or sewing or whatever you do, you can come there and share your work. But especially if you're doing the 100 Days of Collage, then you have some place to post your work. Also, post it in Froyle Arts. I'll try to leave her link below also. If not, go to her YouTube channel, F-R-O-Y-L-E, Froyle Arts, and go to her channel, and I'll leave a clickable link below. And then from there, you can join her Facebook group. Okay? All right, you guys, that is it for this one. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.